All right, so today was a no trade day, which honestly I'm not mad about. No trade days suck. I've been looking at the market for an hour and 15 minutes, which isn't crazy long, but there just wasn't anything to do today, to be honest. Going into the morning, this is the price action of the day, the AM session. Going into the morning though, we are at all-time highs again. Everything to the left is an imbalance, bullish. We put in the high on Thursday, Friday, or Thursday overnight, then into Friday. We just chopped in this range. Nothing crazy on Friday. We just kind of trended down. Then we come down here. We inverse this 15-minute because we rebalance price. Let's see if we rebalance to equilibrium. We got the equilibrium on this move down. We then inversed on the way up, starting buy side of the curve. So if you look at here, this looks like sell side of the curve. And then we had buy side of the curve starting. So I was anticipating buy side of the curve to be playing out since we get the buy up, original consolidation, sell side of the curve, buy side. How do we know buy side started? We inverse this bearish move. We come up. We actually finish a micro buy side of the curve here by taking liquidity from here. But we're in bullish structure. We need more validation that we're going to go to this high. We come down. We sweep out these lows inside a bigger time frame for a value gap. We hold and we start pumping. Price, as you can see, just went pretty much straight to the highs on the 15-minute. After market open, this is 9:30. We didn't get a single 15-minute fair value gap tap. All the way back up to the highs. And then if we zoom down to smaller time frame, this is literal market open. 9:30 candle right here. The only setup of the entire day trading inverse fair value gaps was right here. We inverse this fair value gap. You jump in along here. You go to break even at this high. You target this high. This is the trade of dreams. 1, 2, 3 massive green candles. You get an instant 12-point candle, followed by a 12-point candle, followed by another 10-point candle. So in 3 minutes, you just go straight up till you take profit. And if you held runners, you'd be up really, really good. Let's see what that would have been. If you held to that high, it would be 100 points. Wow, 100-point trade. I don't know how you're really holding there. Maybe just runners you could hold for sure. Nothing wrong with that. But the reason I didn't take this trade, I'm not really upset. I don't really look at it as a mistake or missing the trade because I know mentally, I know that I don't like to take a trade right at open. This candle closed at 9:31. I historically have ran into more problems longing right away. I've actually seen a very, very similar setup to this though before and taken it at open. But at the time we didn't have an SMT. So if we had an SMT here, it would have looked better. But there was just nothing really at 9:31 that made me want to jump into a trade. And that's perfectly fine. I missed an opportunity, but at the end of the day, this will save me a lot more than it will hurt. It will hurt me a lot more than it'll work for me if I take this trade 100 times. I'm not upset about missing this trade. With this speed, I should have taken it because it was pretty much a pretty likely break-even trade. So I do regret not taking that because that was a good trade. But what I learned from today is just patience, right? Today was an easy day to find no trades. And if you can take no trades on the day, especially after missing a trade, then you really do well in trade. You'll get better at trading. This is really when you get better at trading. It's just not forcing anything. Like right here, you could maybe have forced a long on this inverse here and then jumped in long, but you're targeting here, you get 8 points. It would have worked. But that's not a good trade because we didn't even tap the 5-minute or the 15-minute fair value gap. We just left it. We didn't pull back at all. That's just not a great trade. It's forcing it, so it's good to not take that one. And then we come back into this fair value gap. We hold, nothing we can do about it. We pump up. We hold this fair value gap. And we pump up. We hold this fair value gap. And then we take the high out. Easy, easy, simple. Simple, simple, simple. No trade day. It's very easy to not take a trade when price looks like this, because you know that there's nothing you should be doing in this price action. You get a big pump up, you get no retracement, there's no clear inverse, nothing to do. And that's the hardest part about trading for people, is figuring out or learning and being okay with not taking a trade. Because there's just always going to be opportunity. It does suck to wake up. And maybe today I'm going to come back in the PM session to see if there's any opportunity. But if I don't find anything then, or if I don't come back to trade, then yeah, I just spent a whole day and didn't take a trade, didn't make any money. I know people made money. Some people took this trade. It is what it is, but you just can't focus on missing out or not making money, because it's about your execution, your decisions. So as long as you know you're making good decisions, then, and you're not just forcing it and you're waiting for your setup to come, and you know that's all you're taking. Like right here, I'm gonna call this out right here while I'm talking. This is a nice short. If this breaks, this would be not a bad short. It didn't break below, so we'll see. But yeah, so I mean, you have to just stick to your model. My model presented itself down here, but it was right at open, so I didn't take it, which is fine. I wish I did. I'll learn from that. If it's a clear trade, you might as well take it. Doesn't matter the time. There was no news coming out today, so I didn't have to wait till 10, so I should have just been confident in that, but it's all right. But besides that, I didn't have a model anywhere. Yeah, I could have traded this bullish fair value gap, but how would I know it holds? I don't trade that. That's not my strategy. It doesn't make sense. When price is really bullish too, another thing I want to note is look how much everything gets respected. First fair value gap, tap, rip. We hold the first fair value gap again. We inverse this inverse right here, and this fair value gap holds, rips. Fair value gap here, taps, rips. When price is really bullish and effective, it holds the first fair value gap. That's how you know you're in a very bullish or bearish market. If the first fair value gap's holding every time and just tapping, wicking, and ripping, you know you're in a very good side of the market. So this just closed below. I don't think this is an amazing trade because it's really slow, and you're going counter trend, and we took out the objective. So I wouldn't touch this one. Even if it does work out, you have this low resistance liquidity, 32. So this would be like the paper short. You jump in here, and I don't mind not taking this because I don't think this is really a great opportunity in the market. I don't think that you have much of an edge here, and I think it's just hoping to hit a trade just to hit a trade. So I wouldn't actually take this. So there's no real need to point it out, but yeah, so that's there's really not much to talk about. Pretty boring day of price action. But yeah, patience, discipline, not forcing anything, not worrying about missing the trade, because when your setup comes, you take it, you have conviction, you hold it properly, and you don't get scared when you're in it, and you make money, and you win trades. That's all it is. It's just decisions. It's just about decision making. You can't worry about anything else. Missing a trade, not making money today, whatever else, because that's just not going to help you, right? Me longing right here, or on this fair value gap, longing right here, and then catching, let's say, right here on this inverse tap, so overlapping inverse and this fair value gap. If I was like, oh, I'm going to long right here, and I held up here, and I hit a 63-point trade, that's not doing anything for me because I don't deserve that. I don't have a reason to take that trade, right? There's no reason to take that trade. And that's where you just got to be comfortable knowing that if you're comfortable with your model and you're comfortable that your model sets up every day or maybe once a week, whatever your model is, if you know it repeats itself and you know you can make money with it, then you become calm in the fact that I don't need to take this trade here. I don't need to gamble. I don't need to just take bad trades because I know my model repeats itself. I know I see it every day. Like you no longer want to take bad setups. And after my 3-week break, I did start taking just bad setups, trying to veer away from that. Again, frustrating that this setup came right at open because it threw me off. I've been missing a few trades this week, last week and today. I don't want that to become a habit, but there's just been very, very specific cases for me missing these trades that don't typically happen. And it's fun. This new learning, new experience, new screen time. It is what it is. It's all part of the process. And I don't want to make an excuse. Oh, I missed because of this or this. I've been missing some trades, but it's fine. The conviction, the confidence will come. See, this trade didn't look bad, but would I take this live? We swept out liquidity. We have low resistance liquidity here. It's not a very clear and obvious fair value gap. I don't think I'd want to take this fair value or this trade. Even if it does work, I still don't think it's that great. If it gets to here, it'd be break even. But again, this is just not an opportunity that is screaming, you have to take this. It just really doesn't. Risk 10, risk reward about 2. Really, again, not a bad trade if you took it, if you wanted to take this trade. That's why I call it out. But it's just, when you take out the objective for the day, there's no real need to be just trying to instantly get into a short, especially with this type of chop here and no clear fair value gap. If it looked more like this, then 100% it'd be a good trade. And it'll probably still work out, but again, knowing when and when not to put on risk. Do I need to put on trade there? We do have an SMT from here to the left of us. But yeah, so again, not a bad trade, but you know, do I need to be risking a loss on this trade? Probably not. I'll make an update video on I'll just make an update on just the trade I take if I take a trade later. I'll let you know. I don't know. I'll come back for the PM session, see what it's like. But yeah, it's okay to not take trades some days, and that's what people have to get more comfortable with and understand. It's just that you don't have to take a trade. If you're not taking a trade, there's nothing wrong with that. You're not a bad trader. You're not missing something. You just didn't see your model, because it will be very clear. When you have your setup, it'll be so clear, you'll have to take the trade. And that's what it should be every single time, because if it's that clear, then you'll have confidence to stick with the trade. And you won't get scared, you won't get shaken out when it goes against you. And that's how you build real conviction and price action in the markets and really succeed. So, am I salty that this thing's playing out perfectly and I didn't take it? Maybe a little bit, but again, it is what it is. So that's all I have for right now. Yeah, again, I'll update if I take some trades later, but an all right start to the week. Kind of frustrating, kind of sad for no trades, but here, let's see it smack take profit. Let's see it hit take profit right here. Right here, 24 points. That went $240 on 5 micros. It should hit. First fair value gap should hold. Right there. Bang. See, like this inverse is just not obvious enough. And it didn't close obvious enough, but who knows. We just closed this inverse here, so it really shouldn't close back above here. Might hunt that. Let's see what we got. 2 minute. 2 minutes just open, yeah. So there's a lot pulling price down. Should be pretty quick right here. Yeah. But yeah, anyways, I'll see you guys tomorrow. This should hit. Doesn't really matter. Again, it's just an idea. Oh, we're gonna hit right here. Come on now. But yeah, know that if you didn't take a trade or you missed a trade or whatever, missing trades isn't a great thing. Figure out why that happened. But if you didn't see a trade that you liked and it wasn't A plus, then you're getting better because that means that you didn't see what you needed to see in the market to take a trade. If you're taking a trade every single day and you think it's A plus every day, I've got news for you. You're probably forcing some trades, depending on your strategy. But yeah, this would be frustrating. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna end it here. I'll see you guys tomorrow or maybe later today if I take a trade. Peace.